This is day 2. We're going to get ready to read a book. It's called I Went Walking. Do you remember this book? Good. This time we're going to read this book. But we're going to think about whether the animals have fur, feathers, skin, or scales. Alright, so that's one thing we're going to look for when we're reading the story. Alright, now, before we start, I want to review a couple things. Alright, a good reader makes predictions about a book. Alright, they predict or they infer what is going to happen before they read. So, what can you predict or infer about the story from the title and the cover picture? So what's on the screen right now? So what are you going to predict? Alright, now I'm going to read you the title again. It is I Went Walking. Think about the title and the picture. What's going to happen in the story? What you think about that in your head? Okay? What you think about that? Alright. So, then I want you to also think about who is telling the story. Okay? Think, is the boy telling the story? Is his mom telling the story? Is someone that's not even in the story telling the story? Think about who is telling the story. Alright? Now I can tell from the cover, alright, where the story takes place. Alright? And, well, it takes place in, well, it looks like it's going to take place outside because I don't think a duck will be inside. And it looks like this boy's hair is blowing in the wind. Alright? So, let's go ahead and let's listen to the story.
Let's read I Went Walking by Sue Williams, illustrated by Julie Vivas.
I went walking.
What did you see?
Alright, I'm going to stop right there. Alright, what is the first animal that the boy saw? Alright, what do you think the boy is going to see? Remember, we're working on predicting. So, take a look at the pictures. Predict. What do you think the boy is going to see? Get that in your head and then we'll continue. Alright, here we go.
I saw a black cat looking at me. I went walking.
What did you see?
I saw a brown horse looking at me.
Alright, now I'm going to pause it there. So, what was the first animal that the boy saw on his walk? You said black cat. You're right. Alright? So now, that was the first animal that he saw. Okay? What animal did the boy see next? So first he saw the black cat. What animal did he see next? That's right. The brown horse is the animal that he saw next. Alright? Let's continue.
I went walking.
What did you see?
Alright, I'm going to pause here. Alright? Now, I want you to look at the first letter in this sentence. Alright? What is the difference about the first letter of the sentence? Why is this one capital? Why is it a bigger W than what you would see anywhere else in the story? It's the first word of a sentence. And when you have the first word of a sentence, you always, always, always capitalize the first letter, like this W. Okay? Now, what do you know about the mark here at the end? This kind of squiggly line with a dot under it. What do you know about that? What do you know about that? Well, it's called a question mark. Right? And a question mark means that the person that said this sentence, what did you see, is asking a question. It tells the reader that this sentence is a question. Right? And if you see this anywhere else in a story or maybe a note, you'll know that someone's asking a question. All right? So let's keep moving. All right?
I saw a red cow looking at me. I went walking.
What did you see?
I saw a green duck looking at me.
All right, now let's pause here. Now the duck. Think about the duck. How is the duck different from the other animals the boy has seen? How's the duck different? Well, let's think about what we are supposed to be learning about in this story, all right? Think about whether the animals have fur, feathers, skin, or scales. What's a duck covered in? Yeah, a duck is covered in feathers. And what about this black cat here next to the boy? What's that? What's the cat covered in? Yeah, the cat's covered in fur. Alright, and then the horse and the cow. What are those two covered in? They're covered in hair. Okay, I wouldn't call it fur. Fur is kind of soft. The hair on the horse and the cow really allows them is a lot more coarse or hard than a cat's soft fur. All right, it's definitely not the same as a duck's feathers. All right, so that's completely different. All right, well, let's keep going.
I went walking.
What did you see?
All right, so what animals have we met so far? What animals have we met so far? All right, let's name them. What is this animal? A horse. How about this? That's a cat. Good. How about this animal here? Yep, this animal is a cow. And what about this green animal here? Yep, that's a duck. Now let's think about their colors. What color is this duck? He's green. All right. How about the cow? What color is the cow? Might not be exactly that color, but it's a close color. It's red. Very good. It's a red cow. What about this cat? What color is the cat? Yep, a black cat. And what color is the horse? What color is the horse? Yep, the horse is brown. Now, take a look at this animal over here on this part of the page. I want you to predict or infer what animal the boy is going to see next. What animal are we going to meet next in this story? Do you have your ideas? All right, keep them in your head and listen to the story, see if you're right.
I saw a pink pig looking at me.
Were you right? I was.
I went walking.
What did you see?
I saw a yellow dog looking at me.
All right, let's pause here. What animals have we seen so far? Can you name off all these animals? What animal did we just meet? That's right, we met the yellow dog. And what's this here? A green duck. Good. How about this one? Yep, that animal is a pink pig. And how about here, right next to him? What color and animal is this? A black cat. Very good. How about this one right back here? Yep, a red cow. And last but not least, all the way back here is a what? A brown horse. Good, let's keep going. Now we're almost done.
I went walking.
What did you see?
I saw a lot of animals following me.
Alright, so that's our story. Alright, you did a great job predicting what animal the boy was going to see next. You did a great job telling me what color they are. And we're just going to really quick go over the fur, feathers, skin, or scales. Okay? So now, which animal has just skin covering its body? Yep, the pink pig has just skin covering its body. Alright, you can tell. And who else has just skin covering their body, but he's not an animal? Yep, that's right, the boy has skin covering his body. Who has feathers covering their body? Yep, the green duck, he has feathers covering his body. Who has fur? Well, you could say that the black cat has fur, and the yellow dog has fur. And last but not least, who has hair? The brown horse has hair, and the red cow has hair covering his body. Alright, good job. Alright, now we're going to move on, and we're going to take a look at this rhyme, alright? But before we do that, we need to think about the words that we're going to be looking for. I think, nope, I don't have it. We're going to be looking for the words I and see. Alright, I and see. Alright, now I want you to think inside your head. How do we spell the word I? With just an I. Spell it I. And how do you spell the word see? You spell the word see, S-E-E. Alright, so say it with me. See is spelled S-E-E. How do you spell see? Very good, you spell C-S-E-E. How do you spell the word I? That's right. You spell the word I by writing I. Alright, I think you guys are ready. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to read the poem out loud for you, okay? And this poem is called Rhyme by Elizabeth Coatsworth. Alright? And it goes like this. I like to see a thunderstorm, a dunderstorm, a blunderstorm. I like to see it black and slow, come stumbling down the hills. I like to hear a thunderstorm, a plunderstorm, a wonderstorm, roar loudly at our little house and shake the windows sills. Right? Now, did you hear the word I? Yeah, I heard the word I in there. I know I read it. And did you hear the word see? I know I read it, so I know it's in there. I hope you heard it. Okay? Now, what I want you to do is I want you to take some time. I want you to look at the words on the screen, and I want you to point to the letter I. See if you can find the letter I anywhere in here. Alright, did you find it? Let's see. Is your finger over top of one of those red marks? So those are all the I's in the story. Now, I want you to take a look, and I want you to look for the word see. Remember, see is spelled S-E-E. Can you find it? Go try and find the word see, spelled S-E-E. I want you to point your finger at it when you find the word see. Alright, let's see if you found it. Is your finger pointing to one of those green words that just popped up? Oh, I hope it is. Alright, now, that was our warm-up. You're actually going to get a chance to read a story, okay? And it's called I See. Alright, now there's an attachment in the lesson below that will allow you to actually print this out and be able to color it in and read it. Alright? But first, I want to read it with you. Okay? So we're going to start over here. And the title of our book is I See. Okay? And it goes, I see paper. I see crayons. I see paint. I see paintbrushes. I see scissors. I see glue. I see tape. I see pictures. All right. That's how you read I see. You want to read it with me this time? All right. I was hoping you would say so. All right. Even if you said you didn't want to, go ahead and read this with me, okay? I see paper. I see crayons. I can't hear you. I see paint. I see paintbrushes. Keep going. I see scissors. I see glue. I see tape. I see pictures. Look at you. You're reading a book with words in it. You are such a good reader. Alright? Now, you can go ahead and you can print that out. Alright? So, what I want you to do is I want you to print the reader I see. Then, I want you to practice reading this book and the words I see. After you read, you can color the book. Alright? Go ahead and pause the video, print out this worksheet, and get started. Alright, so you read the book I See, right? But now I want to go ahead and I want you to do an activity for me, okay? What you're going to need is you're going to need a plain white piece of paper, alright? And once you get that plain white piece of paper, you're going to take it and you're going to put your name right there at the top. You're going to hold it long ways, so the long side should be facing up. Alright? You're going to put your name on there. Then what I want you to do is you're going to write on the words I and see. You're going to want to write them right like this because we're going to make a sentence. Alright? I see, and then we're going to say a color. Alright? Now I want you to think about the color of a food or the color of something that you like because you're going to draw a picture of something that you like. So I wrote, I see red. Okay, and notice I put my word red in the color red. And what I want you to do is I want you to use the color of the color word you're using to write that word. So I see red. Now I'm going to draw a picture of what I see red. I see red apples. Okay, and I drew 3 apples on there. Okay? So I see red apples. Alright? Your job is to create this. I see red apples. Alright? Do your best work. Make sure you're doing your best writing. Don't forget that the color word that you write, you're going to need to use the same color pencil or crayon of the word. Alright? And then draw a really good picture for it. Lots and lots of details, okay? Alright. Good job. Get to work. Have somebody take a picture of you working on this and your finished product like I did. Alright? Then submit it in the submission box below as an attachment. Do your best work. See you tomorrow.